He just got his face ripped off. Next thing you know, you see the Predator let down his blade and he finishes him off. It's the damn Predator with that guy's face on. It is fucking terrifying. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RJ, back to you with another comic recap. And today we're going to be going over Predator vs. Spider-Man, issue number 1. This one's crazy, guys. So stay tuned. We're about to get right into it. So it's summertime in New York, and it's hot as hell. The sun is working overtime. Somebody turned that bitch up to the maximum, and people are pissed about it. I'm talking about the sun is bouncing off of car hoods and fucking manhole covers. Got everybody walking around New York City covering their eyes and shit. Bro, when I tell you it is so hot that all the nasty garbage on New York corners are cooking, and you can smell it from miles away. It's nasty as hell. I'm talking about rats and shit crawling all over. It's pretty disgusting. Even all the unks with the dad bods got their shirt off because it's so hot. They out there rubbing Coca-Cola cans and shit all over their face. I'm talking about a scorcher. It is so hot that everybody is walking around town with wet clothes, and it's not because of water. They're simmering in their own juices. Bro, I'm telling you, the heat is so bad that the hot dog man stopped selling hot dogs and he started selling ice cold glasses of water for $4. Even in New York, that's a fucking ripoff. And y'all know how it gets down in New York. When the temperature goes up, so does crime. So the cops are out. Now, of course, you had your regular crimes like robberies, assaults, murders, jaywalking, things of that nature. But behind the scenes, something else entirely was brewing. Now we see a female detective with her finger in a glass of ice water because it's so damn hot outside. But on top of that, she's looking at the most gruesome crime scene of her whole career. But you wouldn't know that because she seems cool as hell on the surface. It's not even fazing her. She's just eating ice and shit, chilling. Like, she is literally unfazed looking at the worst shit possible. Even the crime scene tech is like, you ever seen anything like this, detective? She's like, nope. Unfazed. Steady eating ice though the whole time. The crime scene tech tells the detective that the building that they found the body in was condemned about a year ago, and it's been overrun with drug addict junkies. He's pretty much alluding to the fact that whoever killed this guy may have killed him over a stolen stash. But the detective ain't buying it. She's seen plenty of crime in her day, and she knows that junkies don't skin people for stolen stashes. And I'm with the detective on this one, because guys, when I tell you there's not just one body, not 2 bodies, but 3 fucking bodies hanging from the ceiling, skin to the fucking bone. And the detective goes on to say that this wasn't a robbery, but something was stolen. Everybody's missing a piece of something. And then she points it out. She says, this guy's missing a jaw, this guy over here is missing a rib, and this sorry son of a bitch right here is missing a whole finger. So the crime scene tech is like, damn, you're right. What do you think it means? And she's like, I don't know. Maybe this Skinner is some kind of a fucking sick son of a bitch that collects trophies. And then she looks up, she asks the crime scene tech, hey, what are you doing talking to the neighbors? You know that's my job, right? I'm the detective. But he doesn't say anything. So she turns around and guess what? He's gone. And in walks the actual crime scene techs. And guess who she was talking to this whole time? That's right, Peter motherfucking Parker. And the first thing Spider-Man does when he leaves the crime scene is call Jameson. And he lets him know that he found something that's definitely newsworthy. Now Jameson is skeptical because the last time Peter Parker said he had something that was newsworthy, it was a damn puppy parade in Queens. And then he lets Peter know, I don't want good news, I want bad news. Bad news is what gets clicks, and bad news getting clicks is what pays me. And then Jameson tells Peter Parker, you think it's hot outside? Our fucking feet are on fire up in here. Now as Spider-Man is fucking out there doing acrobatics and swinging through a flock of pigeons, Jameson is steady cussing his ass out over the phone, letting them know that he's about 5 canceled subscriptions away from losing his job. And that's when Spider-Man says, oh really? What about a mass murder? How about that, huh? How about a fucking mass murder? Jameson, quiet, he said, you got photos? Please tell me you got photos. And that's when Spider-Man's like, don't even trip. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Traffic is hella light today. And that's when we cut down to a rooftop scene of a lady hosing down her man with a squirt gun, looking like a Buffalo Walrus. Now, as Spider-Man is on his way to the Daily Bugle, he spots some bank robbers, and he's like, I gotta take care of this. So he's like, you know what, Jameson? Make it 20 minutes. Next thing you know, the bank robbers just start letting that shit go. Start blowing. Bam. Now, Spider-Man planned on cutting them off at the next block, but he didn't anticipate that there was a bunch of kids in the middle of the road standing in front of a fire hydrant. You guys gotta remember, it's hot as fuck outside, and the kids out there having a grand old time cooling off, and the dogs out there barking and fucking playing with them, but they don't know they about to get their ass ran over by a van. Next thing you know, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 web lines, and Spider-Man pulled them all out of the way just in time. The kids are happy as hell. They're all smiling and laughing and giggling. They don't even know how close they were to getting their ass ran down. So the robbers are already back at their secret location. So they cutting off the van, and they about to go ahead and rummage through the spoils to see what they got. One of the guys got the bag of money, and he sets it on the table and takes his mask off. He's like, all right, bro, we're gonna split this shit up, and then we go in our separate ways. I don't ever want to see either one of your faces ever again. But nobody's saying shit. So he's like, hey, yo, did y'all hear me? Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? And he turns around and he sees a clump of dead bodies on the ground. So he ups the pipe. He instantly goes into fucking switch them down mode. He's like, what the fuck is going on around here? But now he's getting a little scared. He's like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you are or where you're at, but whoever you are, bro, I got all this money on this table. We can split this shit. Half this could be yours. Pretty much saying, bro, let's work something out. Next thing you know, something grabs him by his face and rips his skin right smooth the fuck off. And as you can imagine, bro is in agonizing pain, screaming to the top of his lungs. He just got his face ripped off. Next thing you know, you see the Predator let down his blade and he finishes him off. As his lifeless body hits the floor, you can see the Predator stretching out his face, getting it ready for a nice fitting as he puts it on his as a trophy. And that's when we come back to our favorite hero, Spider-Man. Now that he knows that the kids are safe, he's taking off. And as he's leaving, he tells the kids, stay the hell out of the street. So Spider-Man, he gotta get back to the bad guys. You know how he gets down. But then his phone started ringing. It's Jameson, like, yo, Parker, I thought you said you were gonna be here by now. Spider-Man is dumbfounded. He's like, it wasn't an isolated incident. And Jameson is like, what are you talking about, Peter? What the hell's going on over there? And he says, we're dealing with a serial killer. And as the comic panel pans up to the ceiling, you can see bodies on top of bodies hanging from it. And just so you guys know, the heat is still at it. It's like a predator, something that you have to fight to survive. Every fan and AC unit in the entire city was cranked up to the max. Every ice cream parlor in the city was sold out. Now Peter Parker is back at the Daily Bugle, and he's coming up with a title for the paper. And of course, Jameson, he don't like nothing, so you can't please him. Jameson is trying to get Peter to title it something scary to cause panic. But Spider-Man is like, no, bro, I want to warn people. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. What the hell is wrong with you? And Spider-Man tells Jameson, what we want is for people to be careful and vigilant. We don't want to scare them and cause a panic. Next thing you know, the power goes out. Jameson is like, are you kidding me? I got breaking fucking news here. I need power. And that's when we cut over to a train that's full of passengers. And guess who else is on board? That's right, Mary Jane Watson. Everybody's chilling, just trying to get home. And next thing you know, the power goes out. Now that the power's out, everyone is starting to panic. They didn't even realize at first, but now that they have, everyone is causing a ruckus. Some people are even starting to verbalize the worst case scenario, talking about we're gonna die down here. We're gonna be trapped down here forever. Crazy stuff. Next thing you know, there's this lady on the ground and she's kind of scared. And Mary Jane is like, hey, I'm NJ. Are you okay? She's like, no, bitch, I'm not okay. It's dark and it's hot down here. I don't do this. Apparently, this lady is claustrophobic. And Mary Jane helps her out by telling her to look outside at all the open space, which seems to work. She gets the lady to start to calm down by telling her just to put all her attention on focusing on what's out there and not what's going on inside the train. And the lady thanks MJ. She says, thank you so much. I'm gonna try to focus outside. And then she continues looking and she says, wait a minute. Is that somebody out there? And Mary Jane looks out the window. She's like, wait a minute, you're right. There is somebody out there. Hopefully it's somebody with the transit station to get us off this damn train. Oh, do I wish it was somebody from the damn transit station. As they continue to look out the window, it's the damn predator with that guy's face on. It is fucking terrifying. Now we cut back to the Daily Bugle where Jameson is badgering Peter Parker to get this article up so they can start making some damn money. But the power's out and Spider-Man's phone is damn near dead and he lets him know that he doesn't have any bars. That's when Jameson is like, so what the hell are we doing here? Gonna sit here with our thumbs up our asses or we gonna do some work? And that's when Peter's like, hold your horses, bro. I'm about to go start up the generator. I'll be right back. And then Spider-Man's like, since nobody got power and they can't get on social media, how about we start printing papers like the old-fashioned way and go analog? So now they out there slinging papers on corners just like in the old days, out there making bread. But making money wasn't Peter Parker's motivation for getting those papers out. It was to warn the citizens. He had to let the citizens of New York know that they were being hunted. But of course, leave it to Jameson to cause a panic, talking about some extra, read all about it. The streets are gonna be extra dark tonight. There's a serial killer on the loose. That's when this one guy walks up to Jameson and is like, yo, how much for a newspaper? Jameson looks at the guy up and down and says, $10. The guy's like, all I got is a $5, bro. Can you help a brother out? Then after that, Jameson goes right back to it, talking about your loved ones could die before the sun sets. Better buy paper. What? And that's when the detective from the beginning of the story puts Jameson in an arm bar, throws his little punk ass to the ground, and grabs the paper right out of his hand. He all hops up mad as hell, tells her, hey, you can't just take that. That'll be $20. Bro, I thought it was 10. As she's reading the paper, she's looking for the person that was credited for taking the photo. And then she finds it. Peter Parker. Boom! Got him. That's when the detective grabs Jameson by the collar and hems him up and said, you know what you're doing is against the law. And Jameson is like, bitch, please. I'm protected by the 4th estate. I ain't tripping. Then she's like, oh, you think I'm playing? Tell me where Peter Parker is right now. I'm taking your ass to jail. Next thing you know, you see Spider-Man swinging right over their head, getting up out of Dodge. He ain't got time for that mess. Now, Spider-Man is on his way to MJ's house. So when he gets there, he opens her window and climbs in, and he calls out for her. But I don't think he realizes that she's not there yet. Remember, the power is out, so he can't see his hand in front of his face. And he's just talking out loud, saying, MJ, I just wanted to come check on you because it's gonna be a long night for me. So now we cut back to the train that MJ was in. The window was broken out and everybody inside is screaming for their dear life. And if you pay attention, on the floor, next to a splotch of blood, is the book that MJ had when the lights were still on. Now we're back on the New York City streets. And there's this old man still selling Daily Bugle papers, getting to the scratch. And next thing you know, 2 armed assailants walk up behind him, talking about I wonder how much bread this guy got. So they walk up on him, and they whip out the pipes, talking about how about you go ahead and empty those pockets out there, huh? Next thing you know, here comes an arrow, and it takes one of the robber's fingers clean off. In the distance, you can see the shape of a predator sprinting towards them. And the other guy's like, smoke him! But before Bro can even get his finger on the trigger, he catches an arrow to the face. He's done for. And as the old man is looking up on his knees, the predator walks up on him and says, you shouldn't be out here. And then he clips him. And then he says, you're not strong enough. And then he walks up and grabs the arrow out of his head and says, especially in the dark. But as we get closer, we can now see that this is not a predator. This is in fact Craven the Hunter. And that's when Craven looks down at Unc and says, now tell me, what was that you were saying about predators? That's the end of issue 1, guys. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment on the next issue I should do. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.